So hi, so, so rather than like explaining the main topic today, I was just gonna like trying to introduce or explain some kind of like our code base of it. Um, let's see, and so so the framework we use Next.js, the page router, because we don't wanna like put some kind of server-side rendering of it because that's too much of it. So in the SRC, there's a pages here, but in the pages, we don't really put some kind of logic, big logic in there. So like even like put some kind of metadata, or if it's like big component that are about curriculum page, example curriculum page, we put those kind of logic in the components. So in these components, this kind of like chapter, curriculum, and landing and login are basically they represent the pages on this part. But the question is, well, if there's like kind of components inside login, we just have to put some kind of the folder or file inside login, login folder. It's not really kind of really big strategy of it. Like I know there's kind of architecture FSD, like feature sliced architecture or whatever stuff, but that's kind of really over engineering, and that's not really kind of very good. Your front end industry is rapidly changes. If you're trying to put some kind of like fancy architecture of it, you just have to migrate it because your fancy architecture is gonna be really gonna is rapidly changing into legacy after 2 or 4 years. So this is how we do it. There's an auth card here. There's auth card. Inside auth card, if it requires some kind of the heavy hooks, or if it requires some kind of reg hooks, I make a hook, but I put into some kind of hooks folder or hooks file here. So if you look at here, there's a get params from xpattern. So get param xpattern is basically I get the params value, and if it's match, I get the children, but if it's not, I put the fallback here. And use get from sign-in state is basically here. So using sign-in state is basically I get the parents value here, and if the parents is equals to the our expected value, which is signed up, we put some kind of text in here. So basically this is for this part. It's not really fast or whatever. So actually this is some kind of action for the clicking some kind of text or button, and put the query params, and based on the query param value, you're just gonna put dynamic text on the user part. So next is, so we just put, if it's like remotes or some kind of APIs, we put remotes folder on here. I try to use some kind of remotes file and put all of the logic here, but it's kind of really massive and it requires some kind of more remotes or more API call. So in the remotes, I integrate with the query hook and make it reusable. But if it's like if this query is being used in another hook, I wrap it in the hooks folder and I make it like this. So it's just like making like layers of it. So Limos is basically a fundamental layer to use the APIs, and after that there's some kind of hooks. I made it the abstraction layer that uses those kind of remote and hook to complete the business logic. So I think so. This is really how we did. Like even the query and even the provider inside React inside hook folder. and all of thing is inside. All the components inside the chapter, inside some kind of current page folder. But if it not requires some kind of like common or the shared components, I put the shared folder. Or if it's like very global, I put in the shared. Example, if the runtime EMB is actually global, we put in the shared. If it's like hooks that requires the global, we put on the shared. And also if it's like Libos but requires in the shared, we put in the global. We're gonna use this kind of API calls, even though not in the some kind of specific page. We're just gonna use it in the like more over 3 or 4 page. I put on the shared. So I think this is how it be. This is really how our code base looks like. So this is it. Have a nice day next time. Bye bye.